Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Accept others the way they are. You cannot change other people. To try to change them to fit what you want them is like trying to change a dog into a cat or a cat into a horse. They are what they are, and you are what you are. And that's a beautiful thing. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. Dow Industrials up 24, Nasdaq down 17, S&P's flat. Gold contract up $8.20, traded at $1,343 an ounce. Silver up 29 cents at $20.46 an ounce. Platinum up $4 at $1,096 an ounce. You got copper up 2.5 pennies at $2.23 a pound. Light sweet crude down $1.80 at $44.99. Notes are up 9 ticks, 132.25. Bond up for full point, plus 5 ticks, 174.31. King dollar down 167 ticks, 96.32. The euro is trading at 110, and the yen is trading at 104. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so we get the cash S&P trading out here at 2152. When you bring this back, what you're going to see is that the consolidation that had been taking place has been going on since January of 2015. You know, that's the top end of the consolidation. S&P has taken its high out. The high we're talking about is May of 2015, 2134. So at this particular point, you're 18 points over it. Do I expect a little bit higher? I do. The reason I expect a little bit higher, I expect that you can see the S&P and the Dow move a little bit higher in order to grab the Nasdaq up a bit. Not a lot, a bit, before the whole thing turns and goes south once again. So that's on the S&P. We go to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. What you have with the Dow is this. Dow yesterday took its high out. The high that we're talking about, the Dow, 18,351, so you're over the high. So Dow also wants to get into higher price. We go to the Nasdaq Composite. Now, this is where it's going to get wild. So the composite, folks, and many of the equities inside the composite are going to be coming out with the numbers. Microsoft will start next week. Then you're going to have a lot of large ones the following week. The composite is trading right now at 5,000, 5,005 to be exact. Well, the bottom of the gap from where the market in general got smoked and the Nasdaq got smoked also, starting in January of this year, the bottom of that gap is 4,999. The top of that gap is 5116. It can go to 5116. And I'm figuring just deviant enough that that's what it would probably like to do. The downdraft that the Nasdaq has come into, now the Dow got over its downdraft, the S&P got over its downdraft. The Nasdaq is having a monster time trying to do it. And what it is that you have two different areas where the selling is dramatic. It was dramatic in August of 2015. That's when the Nasdaq went from 5,092 down to 4,292. We did a counter trend bounce coming all the way back up again, and then in January we did it again. So it's going to be really crazy if, in fact, you know, we're already at July 12th, right? July 13th, rather. It's going to be really weird if, in fact, the Nasdaq and the market in general can stay up at these levels to about the 27th of this month. Because then what you would have is this. Check, this would be crazy. Is that, but I've seen this happen before, is that you had August of 2015, you go south in a huge way. You do a counter trend bounce that takes almost 6 months. You go south in a huge way again, and we'll be at the exact same thing. Then you get another counter trend bounce that takes almost 6 months, and you go south once again. That's the way this market looks like it's setting up right now. Tomorrow, JPMorgan Chase, the banking structure, comes out with numbers. 645. Market out here today looked to me like I was just waiting for that whole deal to happen. Now, JPMorgan looks weak. You're at $63.16. What I do expect you're going to see, though, is a small pop probably when they first come out. Not when the market is open at 9:30, but you get 645. And the reason is this, is that we have a little swing point that's hanging up here at $64.15. The fundamental aspect on the banking sector right now is that it's going to be weak. Why? Because you have interest rates that are very low and the banks can't make money on a spread. So it won't take much that they didn't make money, but they didn't lose money in order to get a small pop inside the financials. If we go take a look at the XLF, and that's all I think it's going to be, is that the XLF right now is at $23.23. That can test $23.33. Big deal. Actually, it did. It's right where it is. So, yeah, it looks to me like okay, so this is going to be pretty cool. So JPMorgan comes out tomorrow, but it looks like that is not going to affect the XLF when the market opens in the morning. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract out here today. We closed up $8.60. What you did do is that we rejected lower price. You had lighter volume. That says you can go higher. And we'll see if, in fact, gold can get into this 1351. My take is that we're actually going to make our way back to about the 1283. You know, but what we did have out here today is that we got down to the 1328 and it didn't want to go any lower. If you take a look at the GLD, you're going to see it's pretty intense, meaning an ABC structure on the way down. What it is that we had made a high on the 7th of July. We made that high with 17 million shares. We come down yesterday with 26 million. Well, you bounced today on 7. You never want to see coming down on 26 million going up on 7. It looks to me like we got an ABC structure on the way down happening. Bonds, 10-year notes, pretty wild, man. 10-year notes, also small ABC structure on the way down. Now, this is going to be, the bond market is going to be just wild watching. So what we have with bonds is on the 24th of June, where it was Brexit vote. You had these wide moves in all the markets. And the 10-year, the start of that move was 130.21. We're at 132.25. That's where the 10-year wants to go. 30-year stronger. 30-year stronger. Bottom line, 30-year. 30-year. You know, right now we're at 175. I'm looking for the 30-year to get into about 171. And the big number, folks, is the good old U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar looks like it wants to get up and over the swing point from the 24th and run up to the 98.99 level. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
If you're